Tonight on this Einstein Factor Grand Final, a teacher will give his regards to Broadway, an internet advertiser pops up with the Luftwaffe, and a paramedic saves Father Ted from television history. I'm Peter Berner, good evening and welcome to the Einstein Factor Grand Final. That explains the penguin suit, the most intelligent Grand Final in Australia, ladies and gentlemen. You know it's intelligent because we don't have pointless half-time entertainment, or even, for that matter, a half-time. This is our fourth championship, and a true champion will come forth by, obviously, coming first. And by beating these behemoths of brilliance. Our Brains Trust. Ladies and gentlemen, please make them welcome Dr. Barry Jones, Dr. Gail, Jennings and Matt Parkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a man who paved the way for them all. He is the first superstar of Australian quiz shows. He is author, politician, polymath, Dr. Barry Jones. Welcome, Barry.
Glad to be here again.
Thank you for coming back and being on our grand final edition. Now, you've brought something very, very special with you. Can we have a look at this, please?
Well, it's a letter from Einstein, written from Princeton in New Jersey in 1936. And it's written to somebody in Denmark. And he finishes up by saying, it's particularly nice that you compose and are an organist. It's to be hoped that there, meaning Denmark, they do not fiddle bark on the violin instead of leaving the fugues and preludes to the organ. Kindest regards, yours, A. Einstein, which is how he always signed.
That's fantastic. Now, where did you come across a letter like that? How did that come into your possession?
Well, I actually acquired it from the daughter of the man to whom it was written, and she migrated out to Australia after the war.
Barry Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought that Barry had an Einstein letter in his collection? I never thought I'd see one of those in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our second trustee tonight, our second doctor for the night. Thank God for private health insurance, I say. Please welcome immunologist, journalist and documentary maker, Dr. Gail Jennings. Welcome. Welcome back, Gail. And to our final trustee, this man knows it all, he's got it all, and he gives it to us every time. Comedian, actor, quiz champ, broadcaster, and our captain tonight, Australia's favourite MP, Matt Parkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, our Brains Trust, please give them one more round of applause. Dr. Barry Jones, Dr. Gail Jennings, and Matt Parkinson. It is a very special night for our Brains Trust tonight, but more importantly, for tonight's stars. So let's meet, ladies and gentlemen, our grand finalists. First up is Doug Wilson. Please give him a round of applause. A teacher from WA whose magic journey has seen him deal with Spitfires, Tortle books, Vivian Lee, the Tour de France, national flags and TV's Avengers in his journey to be in the big finale. Welcome back, Doug.
G'day, Peter.
Now, obviously, your special subject hasn't changed. Please remind us again what it is.
Original Broadway musicals, 1980 to 2000.
Oh, here we go. All right, take a deep breath. Now, because tonight is such a big night and such an important night, and so much is riding on it, we actually have special adjudicators in addition to our normal wonderful team of analysts. Our Broadway expert tonight is none other than John Frost, a two-time Tony Award-winning producer who has been responsible for musicals such as Grease, Hairspray, The King and I, and soon the international phenomenon Wicked. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome John?
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, John.
Thank you, Peter.
I have to ask you, the phenomenon Wicked has just blown audiences away on Broadway. When can we hope to see it here in Australia?
We're going to see it next July at the Regent Theatre in Melbourne. We hope to stay here for a long, long time.
Thank you for taking time out from, no doubt, your very hectic schedule for putting something like that together and joining us as our special adjudicator tonight, John.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
All right, Doug, here we go. Original Broadway musicals, 1980 to 2000. Good luck.
Tough.
Your 90 seconds begin now. Which musical features the famous line, "You're going out there a youngster, but you've got to come back a star"?
42nd Street.
Correct. According to the title of a 1986 musical, which composer goes to Hollywood?
Jerome Kern.
Correct. Me and My Girl features which famous song about a dance?
Pass.
The Lambeth Walk. Running for 761 performances was which musical conceived by Andrew Lloyd Webber as a Cinderella story?
Aspects of Love.
Starlight Express. Who won the 1989 Tony for Best Actress in a Musical for Black and Blue?
Ruth Brown.
Correct. Which musical features the song I Like 'Em Fat Like That, co-written by Claude Demetrius and Louis Jourdain?
Five Guys Named Mo.
Correct. Betty Comden and Adolph Green wrote the book and the lyrics for which 1982 flop?
Pass.
A Doll's Life. Having a Persian Gulf setting was which 1981 flop?
Oh, Brother.
Correct. Which historical review included the songs Stars and Stripes Forever, Tarara Boomdier and Shortland Bread?
Mooney Shapiro Songbook.
Tin Types. Which co-lyricist for Aspects of Love was lyricist for The Phantom of the Opera?
Charles Hart.
Correct. In 1993, in his first Broadway role, who starred as Tommy in The Who's Tommy?
Michael Severus.
Correct. What is the first and last name of the faded movie star played by Tim Curry in My Favourite Year?
Alan Swan.
Correct. Based on the novel My Love by Rosa Guy was which 1990 musical set
Once
in
on
the
This
French
Island.
Antilles? Correct. Opening at the Richard Rogers Theatre on October the 22nd, 1998 was which musical set somewhere in the heartland of
Footloose.
America? Footloose. The buzzer beat you, unfortunately, Doug. Still 900 points. Well done. Questions are getting harder. It's a grand final. They're getting more particular. But we have the bonus question to come. Brains Trust is sitting there ready to help if you need them. Here we go. True or false? The Broadway production of Aida was postponed while Actors Equity demanded an Egyptian for the female lead. True or false? What do you want to do, Doug?
I'll pass that to the Brains Trust.
All right, Brains Trust. True or false?
I don't think so, because there was another one where they wanted... It was Miss Saigon, where they wanted an Asian American. And Actors Equity put off for a year.
It might have been postponed due to a shortage of elephants.
Yeah.
Perhaps not.
Yes, it seems inherently implausible, I
I
think.
don't think it's right.
All right, so we'll call it false.
Yep.
Yes.
We'll call it false. Brains Trust is saying false for a possible 200 points for Doug.
I would say false as well.
Doug would have said false. The answer we need is false. Well done, Brains Trust. 200 points for Doug's score. Takes him to 1,100 points. Your hard work for round one is over, Doug.
Okay.
Sit back. 1,100 points is a good score to open with. Let's now meet our second grand finalist, ladies and gentlemen. Make him welcome Andrew McDonald, an internet advertiser from New South Wales, who's gone up against the combined forces of Hercule Poirot, Buddy Holly, Edward III, Alice Cooper, Ernest Shackleton and Frederick the Great to land himself here tonight at the grand final. Welcome back, Andrew.
G'day, Peter.
Remind us again of your special subject.
The Luftwaffe and its aircraft, 1936 to 1945.
All right, now, our expert in the Luftwaffe doctrine and technology tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Dr. Carlo Kopp. Please make Dr. Carlo Kopp welcome with a round of applause. A PhD and research fellow at Monash Asia Institute in Regional Military Strategy, whose writings on military aviation have been published by the US and Australian Air Forces. Welcome, Doctor. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Peter.
Andrew, once again, the Luftwaffe and its aircraft, 1936 to 1945. That's your special subject. Good luck.
Thank you.
Your 90 seconds begin now. Outclassed as an air combat fighter during the Battle of Britain was the twin-engine Messerschmitt Bf what?
110.
Correct. Which basic fighter unit consisted of a leader protected by a wingman?
Pass.
Rotter. Launched on January the 1st, 1945, was which Luftwaffe operation to cripple Allied air power?
Platter.
Correct. Eventually relegated to a trainer role was which biplane outclassed by Russian aircraft in the Spanish Civil War?
The Arado AR-68.
The Heinkel 51. Who represented the Luftwaffe at the signing of the second act of Germany's unconditional surrender in Berlin in 1945?
Pass.
Stumpf. Operation Hercules was the aborted German
Malta.
airborne... Correct. Which Luftwaffe commander was nicknamed Beppo?
Schmidt.
Correct. Several versions of which Junkers turbojet engine powered both the ME-262 and the AR-234?
The Junkers Umo 210.
Umo 004. Most famous for supporting the Africa Corps and nicknamed Africa was the Luftwaffe
JT-27.
Correct. Killed in action not long after, who was the spokesman for the so-called fighter pilots' revolt which confronted Goering in early 1945?
Lutzow.
Correct. Which place on the Baltic coast was the location of the Luftwaffe test site?
Peenemünde.
Correct. During the Battle of Britain, Hugo Spurler commanded which air fleet?
Luftflotte 3.
Correct. What composite system involved an explosive package?
Mistel.
Correct. From the G in its series designation, the Messerschmitt Bf 109G had what German
Gustav.
nickname? Correct. In 1939, Air Fleet 2, covering northwest Germany, had its headquarters in which city?
Cologne.
Oh, Brunswick. The buzzer beat you. Still 1,000 points, Andrew. Well done.
Yes, big breath.
Feel good to get that out of the way?
Yes.
OK, sit back and relax. You can now call on the Brains Trust if you need their assistance with this true or false bonus question. Here we go. The V in the name of the Luftwaffe's V-1 flying bomb stood for Valkyrie. True or false, Andrew? What do you want to do?
I'm actually going to take that myself.
All right.
And the actual response is it stood for vengeance.
So the answer we need
Is false.
Is false. Well done, Andrew. Please add 100 points to Andrew's score. Takes him to 1,100 points. Sit back, relax a little bit, and let's meet our third and final grand finalist tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Please make her welcome Katie Campbell, a paramedic who has gone head-to-head with Mike Patton, Tom Clancy, the Thunderbirds, the Australian Gallipoli campaign, Iron Maiden and Hammer horror films, and won a place in the grand final with incredible knowledge of her TV subject. Welcome back, Katie.
Thank you, Peter.
What is your special subject?
Father Ted, series 1 to 3.
All right, the TV series Father Ted. Our final adjudicator is an ARIA-winning singer, musician, author, magazine columnist and acknowledged Father Ted expert, the sartorially splendid Australia's answer to Mrs Doyle. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Graney. Welcome, Dave. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure to be here. I'm a volunteer, yeah.
Excellent. Always prepared to volunteer.
Yeah.
Is there a Father Ted musical? Is that possible?
Father Ted has many great songs in it which may figure in some of the questions, Peter, so I cannot comment on operational matters.
Oh, hello, look at that. All right. Well, thank you for joining us and thank you for bringing such style and grace and charm and making the host look a bit shabby in his records.
Glad to be here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Katie, Dave Graney is your adjudicator. Katie, your special subject is the TV series Father Ted. Good luck.
Thank you.
Your 90 seconds begin now. Father Ted was originally screened from 1995 to 98 on which British public service TV station?
Channel 4.
Correct. What is the surname of the show's title character?
Crilly.
Correct. Is Craggy Island off the north, south, east or west coast of the Irish mainland?
It's off the north.
West coast. Which character utters the line, "I knew a woman once, but she died soon afterwards"?
Dougal.
Father Austin Purcell. When Father Ted says about someone he gets a waxy build-up in his ears, Father Dougal replies, "Yeah, it's good though in a way because we never run short of what?"
Candles.
Correct. Father Ted refers to the St Clabbett's old priest's home by what title of a Spielberg movie?
Jurassic Park.
Correct. Which Irish actor played a priest calling himself Father Todd Unctious?
Pass.
McSorley. Father Jack accidentally sets his hair on fire before returning to his perusal of a magazine titled what?
Girls.
Correct. What adjective does Father Dougal think means scared of fighting?
Agoraphobic.
Correct. Purportedly disappearing with Father Jack during a wedding and referred
Sister
to...
Imelda.
Correct. Lyrics to Ted and Dougal's Eurosong entry include "My lovely horse, you're a pony no more, running around with a man on your back like a what?"
Train in the Night.
Correct. Who is credited as the director of all the episodes in Series 2?
Declan Lowney.
Correct. In a department store, desperately trying to find their way out of what's described as Ireland's largest lingerie section, are how many priests?
8.
Correct. Father Noel Furlong's youth group ran off to which country to escape
Paraguay.
him? Correct. What colour is the skull pictured on the back cover of Gary Lineker's Book of Ghost Stories?
White.
Green. That's the end of 15 questions. 1,100 points, Katie. Bonus question time, true or false? Here we go. Father Ted once went by the nickname of Father Fluffy Bottom. True or false? How do you want to play this, Katie?
I'll take that. That's true.
That is true, without a doubt. Puts Katie on 1,200 points and into the lead by one question tonight. Let's have a score check. Doug is on 1,100 points. Andrew on 1,100 points. Katie's on 1,200 points. You couldn't get it much closer than that, and that's what you'd expect on a grand final edition of the Einstein Factor. The last round 2 of the year. I'd be quite emotional if I weren't actually a robot. My real name is ABC Quizmaster TRS80. And I'm available for children's parties. All right, here we go. Not mucking about, Pete. The subjects tonight are Grand Faith, Grand Island, Grand Masters, Grand Place, Talk About Grand, So Grand, Grand Myth, Grandiose Performance, Grand old lady. There's a theme here. Doug.
I'll pick the theme, Grand. Grand Island, please.
Grand
Peter.
Island it is. The question tonight, which major character in the film Madagascar is female? Is it A, the hippo, B, the giraffe, or C, the zebra? 5 seconds. We go to our brains trust.
It's not the zebra, because that was Eddie Murphy.
I didn't know
I'm
you
on
were-
my own here, am
didn't
I?
know you were such a fan of African cinema, Gail.
Children, mate, children.
Yeah.
I think it's the giraffe.
Sounds pretty convincing to me, Barry.
Don't be too convinced.
I wondered whether it might be the hippo, simply because it's so implausible. But,
The hippo was lonely and didn't want to go.
all right.
We might just go with B, the giraffe here, off the back of Gail's encyclopedic African cinema knowledge.
All right. Brains Trust is saying it's B, the giraffe. Let's see what our contestants selected. An A and an A and an A. The correct answer is A. It was the hippo. Well done, contestants. All right, Andrew.
Grand Masters, please.
Grandmasters it is. The question tonight. Dying in 1936, Oswald Spengler was a famous German what? Is he A, conductor, B, inventor, or C, philosopher? 5 seconds. Brains Trust.
I don't see the need for the what on the end of the sentence. I think we can just leave it at famous German.
And give it to Andrew.
Yeah, why not?
We know it's a C, do we? I think.
We know it's a C. He's a philosopher slash historian, but who wrote the famous Decline of the West, which actually predicted some of the terrible things that were going to happen in the 20th century.
Wow.
It's not a very cheering book.
No.
So C.
They're going with C, philosopher. Let's see what our contestants selected. An A and a C and a C. The correct answer is C, philosopher. Well done, Andrew. Well done, Katie. Well done, Brains Trust. OK, Katie.
So grand.
All right, so grand it is. The question tonight. The Bayeux Tapestry is 50 centimetres wide and some how many metres long? Is it A, 30, B, 50, or C, 70? 5 seconds. Brains Trust.
Well, I remember working on this with Barry, and it seemed to go on forever, didn't it, Gail?
It did, yes, I
Just
can't
passing
imagine.
us yarn and
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
keep going, do more
Mothballs at
Normans.
one end and-
Yeah.
That's right, those Normans. It was the 1066 war. I think it's not as long as 70. I think it's 50.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yes,
50?
it's more like, I'm trying to have a mental image of it. It
You've been
stretches
there.
around, oh yes, indeed, it stretches around three
Small walls
walls,
or big
three
long
walls,
walls?
I would say. 50 is probably about right.
Okay.
There you go.
Sounds to me like a B, 50.
50. Wow, that's a long tapestry. I'm waiting for the movie. Let's see what our contestants selected. A C and a C and an A. The correct answer is C. It is in fact 70 metres long. Well done, Doug. Well done, Andrew. That's a long tapestry with a hell of a dry cleaning bill, I imagine. Doug.
I'd have to go grandiose performance.
Grandiose performance. Why wouldn't you? Here it is. The novel Brave New World takes its title from a speech in which Shakespearean play? Is it A, Hamlet, B, Romeo and Juliet, or C, The Tempest? 5 seconds. Brains Trust.
It's not Romeo and Juliet.
Well, I recently saw a performance of The Tempest. Unfortunately, it was adapted into the Balinese performance style, so that doesn't offer us any help
So it was
here.
a bell,
No. Bell and a shadow puppet. Doesn't seem to come into the picture here.
but I think you're right nonetheless.
No,
What do you think?
I'm very confident that it is from The Tempest.
There we
go.
are. This is the
There we
benefit
are.
of having Barry
C.
on your trust.
C, The Tempest, say the Brains Trust. Let's see what our contestants selected. C, C and an A. The correct answer is C, The Tempest. That was the one we were looking for. Doug and Andrew score points there. With that answer, Andrew does creep into the lead. Now on 1,400 points. Andrew.
Grand Faith, please.
Grand Faith.
Peter.
Question tonight. What is the official religion of Bangladesh? Is it A, Buddhism, B, Hinduism, or C, Islam? 5 seconds. Brains Trust.
Well, it's up in the region where it's mostly Hinduism.
Oh, yes. But remember that Bangladesh was what used to be East Pakistan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's overwhelmingly Islamic.
Yeah. They do spend a lot of time praying there, mostly that it won't rain as much as it did last year. C, Islam.
C, Islam. With confidence, say the Brains Trust. Let's see what our contestants selected. A B and a C and a C. The correct answer is C, Islam. Well done, Andrew. Well done, Katie. And to round out round 2 tonight, back to you, Katie.
Talk about grand.
Talk about grand. The question tonight. Which African group of languages is noteworthy for its click consonants? Is it A, Cushitic, B, Khoisan, or C, Kordofanian? 5 seconds. Brains Trust.
Well, the thing that fell from heaven. Remember that
Gods Must Be
movie?
Crazy.
The Gods Must Be Crazy.
But
They
that's
clicked
right.
their way through it, didn't they? Well, you actually know.
Well, Cushitic is Asian, and Kordofanian I don't know, but I think the Khoisan, but it's sometimes spelt with an X. I'm pretty sure it's B.
I actually speak fluent Cushitic mostly when I can't find a car space at a shopping centre. But I think we'll go with Dr. Jones on the B here.
Dr. Jones! Going with Dr. Jones on the B. Let's see what our contestants selected. B, B and A. The correct answer is B, Khoisan. Well done. I left my heart to a sapper round Khoisan. All right, here we go. Let's have a look at where the scores stand now at the end of round 2 on tonight's Einstein Factor Grand Final. Katie's on 1,400, Doug's on 1,400. Andrew's crept into the lead. He's on 1,500 points with a round to go. Final round of the year, ladies and gentlemen, and for the final time this year, thanks for all the letters, but the Einstein light bulb isn't real. It's just a filament of your imagination. Huh? Hey! All right, saving the best till last. Tonight's winner will join the Einstein Factor Pantheon, which has joined us here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome our 3 former champions, Diana Burley, David Campbell and Dr. Virginia Noel. All right, to get atrophy... I'm sorry, I'll read that again. To get a trophy, our champion will need to get past the other grand finalists and our brilliant Brains Trust, Dr. Barry Jones, Dr. Gail Jennings and Matt Parkinson, ladies and gentlemen, there. Good luck, Doug. Good luck, Andrew. Good luck, Katie. Fingers on buzzers, everyone. Brains Trust, palms on buzzer. Let's find ourselves a grand champion. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. Which movie supervillain, accompanied by a cat named Mr. Bigglesworth? Andrew?
Oh, gone.
Oh, and a sidekick named Mini-Me's, played by Mike Myers. Dr. Evil we needed. Andrew drops back to 1,400 points. We have a tied game across the board. Equivalent to the senior Royal Air Force rank of Air Vice, what was the Luftwaffe rank of Generalleutnant? Katie?
Admiral?
Marshal. Air Vice Marshal was what we needed. Katie drops to 1,300. Having thus far survived 4 Olympiads are the 2 world records set in the late 80s by American Janet Evans in which sport? Doug?
Swimming.
Correct. Doug moves to 1,500, an outright lead. In an episode of TV's Father Ted, a certain feminist singer is an obvious parody of Sinead O'Who. Andrew?
Sinead O'Connor.
Correct. Takes Andrew to 1,500 points. Even money with Doug. What breed of domestic cattle is also a member of the highest class in the caste system of India? Doug?
Brahma.
Incorrect. Brahmin is what we needed. Which successful Broadway musical is set in and named after the largest city in the US state? Doug?
Chicago.
Of Illinois. Chicago is correct. Takes you back to 1,500. Equal lead with Andrew. What were the given names of the revolutionary American newspaper publisher Hearst? Andrew?
William Randolph.
Correct. Takes you to 1,600, an outright lead. Let's have a look at the scores. Katie on 1,300. Doug 1,500. Andrew's in the lead, 1,600 points. What vulgar fraction is the sum of 5 hundredths and 0.7? Nobody. 3/4. Still looking at me going, oh.
We believe you.
Thanks for sharing that, Pete. Now back to the real world.
All right then. Let's have a look at the scores. Katie on 1,300, Doug on 1,500, Andrew 1,600 points. Which electronic technology, then in its infancy, enabled the tracking of incoming German aircraft during the Battle of Doug?
Radar.
Britain, radar is correct, to 1,600 points, equal in the lead with Andrew. What anagram of Basin is the surname of the Russian-born American biologist who developed Doug?
Sabin.
On oral vaccine against polio, Sabin is correct to 1,700 points. Opening on Broadway in 1982 was the musical about who and the amazing Technicolor Dream, Andrew?
Joseph.
Correct. Dreamcoat. Joseph is correct to 1,700. Canada's 3 prairie provinces are Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and which other, Andrew?
Alberta.
Whose biggest city hosted a Winter Olympics? Alberta is correct to 1,800. A dye made from the dried bodies of a certain insect, Doug?
Cochineal.
Is a shade of which primary colour? The answer we needed was red. You drop back to 1,600. One episode of TV's Father Ted is titled Grant Unto Him Eternal what? Katie?
Rest.
Rest is correct to 1,400. Which classic song includes the lyrics, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one? Katie?
Imagine.
Correct. Imagine is the answer we needed to 1,500 points. That is the end of the Einstein Factor tonight. The grand final is over. Andrew on 1,800 points is the Einstein Factor champion. Congratulations, Andrew. Well done.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
Stunned, shocked, amazed.
Take it out. Congratulations. And please also thank our special adjudicators tonight, John Frost, Dr. Carlo Kopp and Dave Graney, ladies and gentlemen, who have provided us with our special adjudicators. And of course, we can't forget tonight's A-grade Brains Trust, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Barry Jones, Dr. Gail Jennings and Matt Parkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to present the trophies here on the Einstein Factor to our 3 finalists tonight, and we've asked our Brains Trust to do that for us tonight. So to present our second runner-up trophy to Katie Campbell from South Australia / Victoria. We never quite figured out where. For her special subject, TV series Father Ted, our Brains Trust captain tonight, Matt Parkinson.
Father Ted would want me to say, bless you. Well done.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Congratulations, Katie. Now to our first runner-up, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Wilson is his name. His special subject was the original Broadway musicals, 1980 to the year 2000, and to present him with his award tonight, Dr. Gail Jennings.
So close.
Well done.
I got a trophy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to present our award to the 2007 Einstein Factor Grand Champion. Who better to do this than the one and only Dr. Barry Jones, ladies and gentlemen, who is presenting the award to Andrew McDonald from New South Wales. Special subject was the Luftwaffe.
Thank you very much, Gary.
Andrew, congratulations. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you very much.
And we're all very proud of you.
Thank you.
Andrew, would you like to say a few words as our 2007 Grand Champion?
First off, I'd like to thank the ABC, and I'd like to thank Peter Berner and the Brains Trust. I feel absolutely gobsmacked to be in the same studios as these esteemed people. I'd also like to thank my fiancée Monica for being here. Thanks, Dale. And, well, thank you very much. I really am quite stoked to win this and quite surprised. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week, join us here at 6:30 for, I don't know what, episode of The Bill or something?
Oh, no, Rage, you're remixing Songs of Praise.
Well, there you are. We'll see you next week. Good night. Well done.